Do you have a brilliant startup idea? Visit our website at eapla.com to schedule a Blue Couch meeting and launch your startup journey today.
Welcome back to On the Cusp. Got my co-host Matt Snyder.
Thank you, Dave.
And today's really special because we have Erin Woods, and you're with 318 Business Builders.
I am.
Now, what is that?
So we are first and foremost a business development company, and we also do marketing as well. But that is almost like the and, if you will, because most of the marketing companies, they can place your ads, they can do all that.
Yeah.
But to me, and this was the why we actually started the business to begin with, is that this is a handshake town. And this is one of those things where, if you're not from here, it can be a little insular. So, you look at that and you're like, okay, so how do you connect those two things? And especially for new businesses. Well, if you're already out in the community and these guys are in their business, sitting there and trying to scale up and make everything work right, how are they going to get out and grow it? You can't necessarily do both things at once. So that's when they come to us, and we will literally go out and network market on your behalf and make those connections and start those relationships for your business and your clientele.
So what happened? You've been in industry for a while, and all of a sudden, what gave you the entrepreneurial bug? Because you left the industry and now here you are.
30 years of radio.
Yeah, I was a month shy of 30 years in radio. Well, honestly, for me, it just wasn't serving me anymore.
Right.
I had been unhappy for a while. And that's just life stuff. I mean, the schedule.
And the radio world is tough. I mean, it's changing. I mean, and I think TV is the same way. It's like you're in conversations where everybody knows the world's changing.
Right.
But just like anyone would do, they're holding on to what is left and trying to make a lot out of less.
Right.
And so it's a tough world. I can't imagine.
I can't imagine.
I always feel so. It's a very hard conversation. I meet with TV and radio people all the time, and no matter what market it's in, Nashville, Austin, Dallas, Shreveport, it's all the same thing. It's like, God, you have a hard job. Like, I want to be
That's a tough job because you're selling something that you can't touch, you can't prove.
Tough.
It's an intangible. But, with that being said, for me, it was a lifestyle thing. It was killing me. When you have to be out of the house by 4 a.m. every morning, you're up at 2:30, you're in bed by 7:30 at night, you have zero life. Yeah. And the industry had changed from the fact that it was more based on your digital output as a content creator, as opposed to your ratings and your on-air performance. So with that being said, towards the end, you weren't even incentivized for your on-air performance.
Wow.
So tell me how much that flips the script.
I mean, that
is a major change in the industry.
When the local radio shows started really going away, and there were so many less, and the personalities were so less, that was a hard transition.
Oh yeah, when my condition of employment, and it was for all of us, was a minimum of 500,000 local page views per month.
Page views for somebody that's on air,
That is wild.
all day long.
Yeah, so you're taking someone who had truly learned to perfect the art of speaking and storytelling to develop an entirely different skill set. And I struggled, I'm not gonna lie. 500,000, that's a half a million page views.
There's not even 500,000 people in our metroplex.
I have a good relationship with Jay Watley.
You better be getting them to hit it pretty regular. But no, I got to go back to you though.
Industry.
So what made you go down the entrepreneurial path? Because this is your business.
So I had gone part-time with them, and I dabbled in the nonprofit industry. I was with the chamber industry. That's how I met you. And I learned so much. And here's the thing, and this is what I saw the holes. There was something that you said to me because I was like, I want to know what EAP does. Because when I'm working at the chamber, new people are coming in, I need to know how to start a business. Okay, awesome. We would hand them a pamphlet from Southern University, and it's like, okay, what can we do more? Because that is a hole. And I came and I spoke with you, and you're like, Erin, every new business is 2 referrals away from failure. It is. And how many different economic development companies or industries or, organizations do we have in this area? It's confusing.
It's super confusing.
It is.
We always talk about my story of like gonna open a business and like go looking for the help. And like there were a lot of places to go, but there was no help to be found at those places. I probably
hard.
went to 7 or 8, but now this has been 12 years ago, and I think we're much better today.
Oh, we are. We
But
are.
Absolutely.
it was rough. A lot of people getting subsidized to help business owners start,
Mhm.
and some pamphlets was probably about the best you could
Right.
get.
Like,
you know?
I have a gentleman who has come to me and, he wants to do a whiskey and cigar bar. And, and it's like just starting him from the beginning. Let's go look at financing because your financing is going to determine what location we're going to be able to get, and so on and so forth. And it's like, okay, wait a minute. So we're going to be leasing, right? All right. Well, you don't have anything to borrow against at this point unless it's your personal property. So, do you want to do that for your business? And walking people through these steps, because I know I had instances where it's like, we're opening Friday. Oh my gosh, my staff doesn't have ABOs. Help.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or we're opening next week and we need landscaping. Or sitting down with a small business owner going, hey, listen, I'm spending like $4,000 a month in advertising and I'm seeing no results. Every credit card I have is maxed out. What do I do? And it's like, okay, can we sit back?
I can't tell you how many people
Yeah.
have come to me and they've been spending, money's just flowing out.
Right.
Okay? And they got
and
no
it's
idea
not
what the
strategic.
return on investment is. Not.
And
It's
I was
generally
able
not.
to tell her to cancel that, except for the
Yeah.
website, because you have to have that.
Yeah.
And okay, let's work on some other stuff.
Well, that whole industry is changing, Even us at EAP, we used to spend a lot of money on Google ads. Well, now I would tell you, stop. Redesign your website. Be discoverable. all
Yes.
right?
Work
Focus
on your Google
content.
business page.
That's right. Focus on your content and reaching who specifically is buying from you.
Post a new blog to your Google business page every single week. You're feeding Google, and when you feed Google, it will feed you.
That's correct. That's correct. You don't have to pay for it, spend all those big dollars.
No, and that's what we're here for. And that's why we don't do anything on commission. We are 100% on just, we're on, why am I losing the word right now? 30 years in broadcasting, you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so.
So do you get a lot of people coming to you now saying, hey,
we haven't prospect once.
You haven't gone out and prospected.
And we're full.
And you're full. You're at capacity right now.
Yesterday was our 4-month anniversary. We already have office space. With one of our clients was like, we're going to bring you in here. We're going to put you in here for free. Our goal is to buy out every other contract you have. Like, so if that doesn't tell you the need in our area.
That's good news.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
but I don't want you to get bought out. I don't want you to get bought by one guy.
But,
okay?
well, and that's the whole goal is, for us, it was, we are a women-owned business. We intend to employ women. We didn't want anybody else to determine our future ever again.
I like that.
I mean, that's the key of most entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
Most entrepreneurs have, gotten fed up of answering to somebody else that they feel like they can do better. I mean, yeah, you've had 30 years.
Straight up, yeah.
I mean, yeah, you had more than most. So, yeah.
Well,
I think
and it isn't even do
what
better.
starts it.
It's like, one of the biggest things people need as a small business is just a shoulder.
Shoulder, absolutely.
Oh, my
And that's why we
gosh.
like, that's one of the reasons we like 1 million cups
I love
every
1 million
month.
cups, yes.
Okay. I think, I wish I could put more money into it to advertising because I think if you're remotely considering starting a business in Shreveport, Bossier, Northwest Louisiana, okay, you need a group that you go to and commiserate with.
Well, 1 million cups, I mean, back when I opened my business 12 years ago when it was at Cohab, it really was that. It was a time where Shreveport was having a big bump anyway.
That was huge.
But I mean, I met Jim Mosh there. I met Grant there, that, partner forever. Like, we all
we
hung
only
out
have
once
1
a
million
week.
cups because you came to us and said, let's keep it going.
Getting it
Okay.
back
That's
going,
awesome.
and like I was there this week and doing it in Jim's building with him. That was like one of those things that happens in the ether that none of us had. That
There
was
was a
supposed to
purpose for that
happen
to happen.
because Jim was the biggest Million Cups advocate.
He was an
ever.
advocate, but he was an advocate for the region. He was an advocate for entrepreneurs. He was an advocate for investing, because the thing about Jim Malsh, he put his money where he had his passion.
Oh,
Okay?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And we all know that every single money that stays here locally,
That's right. That's the key.
it is, I mean, it's multiplied.
Look, I'm all for recruiting big companies in here.
Mm-hmm.
Matt and I talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
I want them, but having the structure and the ability to launch a business in Shreveport-Bossier is key.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be able to do that.
And I love that Shreveport is making those moves to make it easier. I mean, having Bill Sabo in the seat that he is now to help cut out some of the red tape, because when we originally started, we were at Bossier Parish, so we're redoing everything for Caddo now that we've moved offices. But I mean, it was hard. Well, harder. Yeah. You know, I think that they are making moves in the right direction.
I think they have. And I ask everybody that comes on this show, how's permitting? How's that going? Because 14 years ago, when we started this, not one person came to us, that said, oh, that's a piece of cake. Can't do it. I don't care whether you were putting on an event downtown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, a lot of those
or
things
you
have
were
been,
opening a water park. That guy came in out of town. Okay?
A lot of those things, a lot of people have worked hard through those. And luckily, in the last 10 or 15 years, I think the city has taken some advice from those people.
Oh, yeah.
I know what you're talking about, like the permitting.
But that's what
stuff.
we do, is we help walk people through that as well, So that's, because we've made those connections,
Right.
and we
But that's
have
what
them.
it takes. It takes connections.
It does.
Okay?
It truly does.
It does. And, we talked a little bit about, hey, you got to have your group that you're going to commiserate with, but you also need your expanded network that you can go to and say, hey, I need a guy, I need a gal, okay, to do this. And if you don't have that, you're going to struggle.
Right.
Until
Absolutely.
you find it. So why make it so hard to do that? So that's why when you told me that, okay, you're going to do this business builder thing, I went, okay.
Right. Well, I remember we were actually at a policy luncheon.
That's
we
right.
sat together. You got to meet some of my clients that I'd brought in. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's about. And Matt and I struggle with this. A lot of people say, what's the purpose of a Chamber of Commerce? Okay. If you get nothing else out of the Chamber of Commerce but a network opportunity to where you can meet people that are in business, if you go into it with that purpose, you'll be successful.
Worth its weight in gold.
And it's worth it. Now, if you go there and think they're just going to bring it to you,
oh, no.
it's not.
They don't
happen.
have the money or the manpower
They
either.
do not. They do not.
I mean,
they're just like everybody else.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I don't care. I think Tim and Lisa do a great job. Okay. But they're not going to just hand it to you in a silver platter. They're working just as hard as you are.
They are. And I got to tell you, I literally had a conversation with Carol Bennett this morning over at Shreveport Chamber. And the fact that they are so excited to, look at new ideas, because, what you do this for is to help educate business people. I have an entire curriculum ready to go for a Chamber 101 type of, education, because it's simple. How many business owners truly know how to write just a press release?
Yeah, not that many.
That'll get read.
Yeah.
Or used.
Yeah, not many.
We could do that in a 15-minute webinar.
Yeah.
Here's what you need to do. Here's what you need. Include these pictures.
think
Make sure they're clear for you.
Dave's organization would be perfect for that too, as you roll things out like that.
Yeah.
Because the Entrepreneur Accelerator program, to me,
Yeah.
is where that happened.
Because you can't put your arms around every single business that comes through.
But Dave
There's
is
no
more
way.
mobile than a chamber.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel like that kind of stuff flowing through them hits so many more people.
Yeah. How do you maximize, your visibility online without spending a ton of money?
That's correct. That is a challenge for everybody.
And,
because everybody's, even I'm under, a lot of pressure to show return on every dollar that we spend at the
and here's
BRF.
the thing, is that measuring stick is fixing to change anyways.
It
I've
is.
been having this conversation with my clients, and I'm not speaking from a place of like I've, got this technical expertise when it comes to this, because the analytics is a pain in the butt. We all have to use it, right? But how correct is that going to be as a membership or as a measurement tool in the future when so many more people are using ChatGPT and different AI for their search engine?
That is correct.
As opposed to traditional methods.
Right.
I mean, that
changing
changes
it
the whole way
changes.
you measure it overnight.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely. All right.
And
So
I'm a
what's next
50-year-old
for
woman,
you?
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
using
yeah.
it.
So
What the heck?
Yeah.
what's next? I mean, you've moved over to Caddo Parish. You got an office all set up. What are you going to do next? What's big
Wow.
for you guys?
So we're pretty excited. We've partnered with the Squire Group.
Okay.
And so we are their in-house marketing team now. And so we are working with the Squire Group as well as Squire After Dark. So not only will we be doing that, we'll be able to host these events. We'll be able to invite the business community in and have a place that's ready and able to do that.
The Squire Group, what's the guy's name? That's
Mark and Rachel Squire.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And obviously keep working with all of our amazing clientele. I mean, you met our Flying Bee friends who are gearing up and getting ready for all this crazy weather that it looks like we're about to get.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think everybody is, looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, Erin, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for
This has
coming
been
on.
great.
Awesome.
Enjoy the podcast? We would love your feedback about today's show and who you think should be our next guest. Send us an email at info@eapla.com. Also, be sure to share the show and leave a comment on our social media post.